Yeah, I'll just say the truth. At least it's out, whether through Madlanga or through the court processes.
What do you make of the fact that crime intelligence officials were targeted deliberately? This, of course, targeting the heartbeat of the SAPS. This is quite concerning.
Very concerning for the country, but then we tried our best, and we are still trying our best for that impact not to negatively affect the services that are expected from us.
Should we expect any arrest soon?
No comments.
Okay, thank you very much. Of course, that's it.
Really put this chapter behind me. The past several months have been among the most difficult.
Exactly.
I entered public service, with the belief that my skills and experience would contribute to nation building. And instead, I found myself being arrested, prosecuted, and portrayed in a manner that I maintain does not resonate with, it's inconsistent with who I am and the life I have lived. Being arrested, being prosecuted, and being driven to court behind a police van, is an experience I would not wish even upon my worst enemy. Watching my name become national news while I was still trying to understand what was happening was devastating. The impact was not only emotional, psychological, but it impacted me professionally and financially. But I'm grateful to my family for carrying this burden with me. Today, the unconditional withdrawal brings me enormous relief. It does not undo everything that happened. However, it gives me freedom to start rebuilding my life. I'm especially grateful to Lieutenant-General Dumisani Khumalo for putting his credibility on the line, and standing up for what he believed is right for the nation. I'm equally grateful to ordinary South Africans who looked beyond the headlines, took the time to understand what is happening, and stood with me when they saw what was believed to be injustice. Your messages, prayers, encouragement, and willingness to speak out gave me strength to continue fighting. To my family, and especially my husband, thank you for standing beside me throughout this ordeal. To my friends, colleagues, spiritual leaders, I will never take that support for granted. I also thank my legal representatives, Mr. James Ndebele, Advocate Hello Mashlathi Mbanga, who's not here, but for their commitment, for justice and due process. I'm grateful also to the Madlanga Commission, its commissioners, evidence leaders, and its investigators for the work they've undertaken in the interest of the public. I hope the lessons from this process will strengthen institutions and prevent others from experiencing what I have endured. There are matters that are arising from this experience will now be dealt with through the appropriate legal processes. I do not intend to litigate that through the media. For now, I want to focus on my family healing and rebuilding my life. This experience has changed me, but I still believe in South Africa, and I still believe South Africa deserves the best of it. I say glory to my God, for He has literally seen. This is the final statement of Mrs. Dineo Mokwele. I'm not only Brigadier Mokwele, but I'm someone's daughter, I'm a mother, and I'm a wife.
New evidence emerges supporting a criminal case, however unlikely, will it re-enroll the matter?
Yeah, in this particular instance, we just have to stop it at the fact that it is withdrawn. And therefore, that which we are talking about is something that happens as a matter of course in any other matter. Therefore, that's why I'm saying in law there is no such a thing as a conditional withdrawal. A withdrawal is a withdrawal, and therefore if new evidence comes, which might be unlikely in this matter, therefore then we will have to look at how they deal with it. But we can stop it at the fact that it is withdrawn, and that's it.
Are you essentially then implying that any further investigation will continue where this matter is concerned?
As far as we are concerned, we were told at the time that IDAC is looking at the matter, but with all the other factors that came up, you can clearly see that we might not get anything out of it. Therefore, it is, from where we are sitting, it is withdrawn. It would have been irresponsible for the NPA head to, at the time when they were saying there are investigations happening, say that no, you can't investigate. If they want to investigate, they can investigate. But as far as he's concerned, the matter is withdrawn.
On a separate...
I won't do it.